Hello, welcome back to another week of Know the Good to Know, episode 23.
You love a little sing-song, don't you?
And Beav is not very well.
Nah, I am coming to you ill. I've been
flu.
I've been bedbound for like 3 days, so just shows you how. What's the word? I was about to say courageous, but that's a way too good of word. That's way too expressive.
As in you're ill and you're still here.
Yeah, dedicated.
Dedication.
I'm so dedicated to bringing you guys good news. So love me.
You can't go to work, but you can come to a podcast. If you're listening to Beav's work, no.
Skyvalitis. No. No, I was at work today. I was back at work today. Well, not in the office. I was working from home, because I do not want to give what I've got to everybody at work. But I'm happy to give it to you.
And to the lads tomorrow at the Chinese.
Yeah. That's fine. They'll be happy. They all get to skive off work as well. Be fine.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some good news.
All right. Do you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. Weekend workouts are as effective as daily exercise. This is a funny one because we both like...
Oh.
All right, so that's why I thought, let's get into
this. I was going to say, this might be controversial for me. Who knows?
Maybe. Some great news for those struggling to exercise regularly. A weekend bout of brisk activity could be as effective as frequent running.
Oh, okay, so it's not necessarily like go to the gym over the weekend. It's more have an active weekend.
Doing something... Let's get into it.
Yeah.
We've all heard those people who say running gives you a high or exercise is addictive, as we both know.
Yeah.
You with the gym, me with my running. Mm-hmm. But for many of us, it's hard to love exercise. Some might even say they hate it, dread it. The thought of going to the gym gives them anxiety.
I understand it. I totally understand it. When I first started going to the gym, I wasn't particularly as enthusiastic as I am now. But now I completely love it.
Now it's your routine as well, though.
It's, I would say, I mean, as sad as it probably sounds, it's one of my hobbies.
It is a hobby, it's fun.
It's so sick.
No different from playing football or something.
No, yeah, I suppose.
So, why do some of us hate exercise? And how can we overcome this? Obviously, it's life-saving benefits of getting the body moving, so to speak. Right?
Ooh, okay.
So first of all, humans didn't evolve to exercise. Throughout most of human history, food was scarce and being active wasn't a choice. Mm-hmm. For millennia, humans had to move to find food. And once they were fed, they rested to conserve energy because they didn't know when the next meal would come from.
Oh, okay. We're getting sciencey about it.
So, if you have the urge to sit down and watch Netflix rather than go to the gym, you might take peace in knowing that resting is natural human tendency.
Oh, so you're more evolved if you want to sit down and do fuck all.
Because you never know when you're going to get that next food.
So going to the gym is a Neanderthal tendency.
It sounds that way. So having said that though, our 21st century lifestyles involve far too much sitting and resting, as we all know. Mm-hmm. With technology, cars, other labour-saving devices, moving is no longer necessary for daily survival. Yet being physically inactive is terrible for our health. A study found that physical inactivity is associated with 30 to 40% increased risk of colon cancer, 30% risk of breast cancer, 20 to 60% risk of type 2 diabetes, 30 to 50% risk of premature death compared to being physically active.
Oh my God.
Deep.
I don't know if we said about that on the podcast. I think I did. I might have done when I said about comparing the old athlete to the old just sedimentary guy. Yeah, I have. I definitely have.
Yeah?
And looking at their body. And the sedimentary guy's got like zero muscle mass, just mostly fat.
Because I compared him to, I said about Vince McMahon.
Yes,
he's like
exactly.
80 odd years old. Compared him to, I think it's like Donald Trump. They're like the same age.
Yeah.
But they look like completely different. Anyway.
Pays to be healthy. Also, I've just noticed what you've just rattled off there. I don't know if you've read or looked at my story. Mate, this week is going to be, or this week's podcast is going to be a proper, health kick podcast.
Health kick podcast. Yeah. Have you got any think environment? Please don't say you're here of the week. Okay,
No.
Mine's back on the environment track. Anyway, let's get back into this. Where are we now? How much physical activity do you actually need? In Australia, this is a study found in Australia, so Callum and Ash, if you're listening, it's recommended that adults between 18 and 65 get at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity each week. So this might be a brisk walk or a light cycle or even like mowing the lawn, for example.
Okay, yeah.
So they've got a big lawn. It works good, right?
Big gardening, yeah.
If you're willing to do vigorous physical activity, you only need to do half of that. So around 75 to 150 minutes per week. So this is more like strenuous jogging, for example, or running, playing a sport.
Okay, yeah.
So what this is saying is...
like a hobby sort of thing.
Yeah, you don't have to do as much if you're doing something more intense.
Okay, yeah.
So the concept of the study is saying, for those people out there, Good news study. Now I'm saying it. I'm trying to make it good for people who don't want to exercise, right? This is what you need to do. You just need to do an intense weekend thing.
Yeah, just go out for a walk.
So, according to a study of nearly 90,000 people, it found that those who cram their workouts into a weekend, known as weekend warriors, enjoy simpler benefits of those who spread their exercise throughout the week. Similar benefits, to those who spread their exercise throughout the week.
Okay, cool.
So
I'm a everyday warrior.
You're an everydayer?
Oh.
There could be somebody who just does like a really big run on a weekend.
Still,
so they're saying that
same benefits.
These people, same benefits.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Not... I mean, there's going to be some very different variables.
In terms
of
health, obviously, yeah. In terms of the aspect of like benefiting your health in general, not going, I don't know, I'm going to build loads of arm muscle by going run sort of thing. Yeah.
I've said this before, but 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous activity is recommended each week. Participants who achieved that, whether during the whole week or just a weekend, lowered their risk of developing more than 200 health conditions, including like heart disease. This is part of that study, right?
That's pretty good. Whilst you said that, my brain went instantly dirty. It went straight to the gutter for a second.
Why? You calling that exercise?
I mean, you could do. I mean,
you burn calories?
I kind of had to do it. In my head, it was a Borat impression. It goes, sexy time.
Very nice, sexy time.
That was the thing. But, I mean, I suppose it depends on what you guys get into, but it's classed as vigorous exercise, I can imagine.
I'm going to Google how many calories you burn.
You definitely burn calories. It's moving, isn't it? So you're not just...
one of us might move, one of us might not move. So men burn an average of 101 calories.
During the deed.
Yeah, that's per minute.
Jeez.
You're working, right?
Damn, that's
no, sorry.
I was going to say.
Or about 4.2 calories per minute.
Oh, there we go.
Wait, how many minutes? I'm only burning 8 calories here.
I'd like how the fact that you said 100 and some odd, you're just wasting away.
Women burn an average of 69 calories during sex. That's quite appropriate, isn't it?
So we're so mature,
but okay. To add to this, I wanted to give people 10 science-backed tips for getting motivated.
That's cool. I like it.
You like it? According to studies, there are 2 main types of motivation: eccentric, intrinsic motivation. Right. Mm-hmm. So, intrinsic motivation arises from within, doing something for the personal reward or challenge of it.
Okay.
Or extrinsic motivation comes from external factors like trying to earn reward and avoid a punishment. So, some of the ways, right? So, we've got number 1, identify why. Do you want to exercise for your health? Is it for your kids? Is it for working out makes you feel good? Mm-hmm. Long-term benefits. So, clearing your mind and understanding what or why you want to exercise. This is one of the 10 science-backed tips, right?
Yeah.
Number 2, exercising with a friend. So, you'll be more likely to follow through with something because you're there. You're making yourself accountable by being with somebody, right?
I did notice that quite a lot in the gym.
A lot. I liked having you there because it drew me there. You pushed me. That's how it works, right?
I see it quite often because I go on my own. I'm very independent when it comes to the gym. But to be fair, at the new gym I'm at, most of the guys that are in there at the moment all have a friend or friends, multiple that go in there with them. And this is still at like 6:30 in the morning.
Early birds.
Yeah.
Offer rewards to yourself. So a piece of clothing or a shoe, like once you hit milestones, not chocolate probably.
No.
That's what I did.
That's a dangerous financial sort of aspect. You're like, I ran a mile today.
Set yourself milestones. Like, I've been to the gym 10 times. I'm going to buy myself a nice shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
just something like that.
Yeah,
right?
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Activity trackers. So there's so many apps and stuff you can use to track your activities, seeing what you've burned. It gives you some feedback because your physical appearance isn't going to change overnight.
Being able to,
it might never change.
Yeah,
but
progression sort of thing.
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah.
Exercise at the same time each day, so you get yourself into a routine with what you do, like each morning.
Mm-hmm. Smart.
Doing an activity that you enjoy doesn't necessarily have to be the gym. Mm-hmm. You could enjoy running. You could enjoy cycling. Start small, so it doesn't have to be huge. You could just run, to the shop, or you could run a half marathon, whatever you want.
Do you know what's funny? After you've said that, how many more have you got to go?
I've got 3 more.
Okay, do the 3 more, and I'll say.
8. Get a pumped playlist.
See, this is the weird thing because with my undiagnosed ADHD, I don't know if I've definitely got it. I probably do. Mm-hmm. My music taste is very odd when it comes to going to the gym.
What's your playlist?
It varies. So one morning I'll have like a pumped-ish playlist. It'll be a bit rock, a bit heavy. Next morning it'll go to like I'm pretending that I'm some sort of dwarf or Thor or some shit, and it'll be like epic scores from and there'll be like there's no pump in it. It's just epic scores.
I'm a bit of a funny one with running as well. It depends on what mood I'm in. I don't like to go too too crazy because that just overstimulates me.
Yeah, it throws you off. Yeah.
So I have to go. I just go for like chilled dance, chilled R&B.
Yeah,
sometimes some music schools.
Yeah. Do you know the funniest one I've got so far, or the funniest one I've found myself listening to in the morning so far?
Go on.
Western. Like proper country music.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's
I don't
like
mind
the past few weeks, it's been proper like country Western vibes. Like
there's some good tunes out there. Though.
Banjos, violins, like
where it gets you cooking.
I was like, how is this working? It's weird.
Okay, number 9. Take your dog for a walk or somebody else's. Excuse me, can I just borrow your dog?
Yeah. I'll just take this from you for a second.
And finally, make a financial commitment. So,
what? Take money out of your bank account if you're not going to go for a run.
Getting people to make like a commitment contract or something, which has a financial forfeit or something like that to sort of push
okay.
you.
Yeah.
Again,
so, basically taking money out of your bank account.
And, like, be patient with yourself.
Yes,
keep the long game in mind.
Yeah,
it can take 3 or 4 months to get into a habit. So my advice as a runner on occasions is don't stress about it, don't overthink it. Just do it when you want to do it. Don't beat yourself up when you don't do it. It might be rubbish advice, but
I think any advice is good advice because it's different for different people.
Yeah,
but
exactly
one thing I will say is progression is longer than you think.
Oh,
it is.
100%.
Way further than you expect it to be. I think that is one of the key things as to why people lose a routine so quick.
And also some days, like, we'd go to for running. I use running for my example because I do a lot.
You might as well. Yeah, it's your example.
I'll run a 5k. I'll do a good 5k. I'll do 3 or 4 5ks in a week, and then like after 2 weeks, I've run a 5k and I feel so knackered. And I'm like, that was hard.
Yeah.
So that, like you said, that progression. Or there'll be days you go to the gym where you just feel weak.
Mate, I nearly crushed myself with a 40 kilogram dumbbell a few days ago. No, last week.
Weakling.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. But yeah, literally, I felt it. I was like, wait, I can normally just sort of throw them up there, and then my arm sort of went, oh no!
It's that base.
It just fell on my body. I was like, oh shit!
But don't give up.
No.
So that story basically was to say, weekend workout is a long way of saying it. Weekend workouts are as effective as daily exercise. So for those of you who are struggling but want to get moving, baby steps. Do a bit at the weekend. You don't have to do something every day.
No.
So
I'm trying to think of what I was trying to tell you on your own. You had 3 more things to say. What was your
it would have been 7.
Fourth to last one, or 7, yeah.
Start small.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. It was the don't expect to go
lift heavy.
Not even lift heavy, but just like expect to do like a full hour-long session in the gym or something if you just start in the gym. I know so many people that have started. This is when I was going back in my gym beforehand. You'd see new people start, and then you'd see them instantly fall off within 2 weeks because they hate the fact that there's people in there that are already going for like a full 2-hour session.
Oh mate, but like even like with weights, so like I'd be with you and you'll be lifting 40Ks and I'll be doing like 18s.
Yeah, but
I don't care.
Yeah, I think another key thing, obviously, start small, but at the same time, it's you have to. You have to
know your ability.
What's the saying? Comparison is the thief of joy.
Oh, like you can't. I like that.
Have you never heard that before? Oh, mate.
But I do get it. I've probably heard it in a different
yeah
wording. I guess.
Just never
compare yourself to others. There's no point.
Yeah, just don't.
Everyone's different.
It's stupid. Just don't do it.
I still stand by my thought process that everybody should be able to run a 5k.
Oh, this was what I was going to say. This is what I was exactly going to say. So, I was talking to a lady in the gym. Yeah. She's now one of our followers of ours on the podcast. That's the reason why I was talking to her. And she now, because I told her about you trying to run a marathon, because she's run 3 marathons and 2 ultra marathons.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. That's like even further.
I didn't ask her about it, but what is ultra?
Like, I think they can vary in lengths, but a full marathon is what 26 miles.
Yeah, 46.
And then I think an ultra is like 50 maybe.
Okay.
Or 60. They can vary, but it's basically just like longer.
Long. But I told her about, obviously, you were training to do a marathon, but unfortunately you sprained your ankle. And she said to me, oh, well, you should do it in this place. And I was like, oh, damn it. And then what she said to me as she walked away, she goes, I'll be listening to the podcast to make sure that you're training for it. I was like, oh, no.
If you are listening, I've been trying to get Jordan running for a long time.
Yeah.
Even like little ones, like 5Ks, 10Ks, and then do a half. You could do a half marathon with me, easy.
Yeah, that's.
It wouldn't be. It might not be the quickest, but you'd be able to do it.
See, now you couldn't convince me, but now we have a follower that is.
Brilliant! So I couldn't convince you.
Yeah, because we're
I honestly think we could sign up for a half marathon at the beginning of the next year.
Yeah. And we could do it.
In fact, I think we could book one by Christmas and you'd still be able to do it easy.
I like the ambition for it, and I would love to do it.
But there's a
no. I mean, I do kind of want to think that I can do treadmill in the morning in the gym. The only downside is time. So because I'm trying to do like
now, of course,
overtime
yeah.
So the training aspect would be difficult. I'll have to do it on my own on a treadmill, which probably isn't as beneficial to try and train.
Still get a bit cardio.
That's what I'm thinking. So
it's massively mental as well.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
Quite strong-minded, so you should be right.
Yeah, fair enough.
But trust me, you can be as fit as you want. Sometimes you'll get to. When I did my half marathon, my last half marathon, I got to a wall and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna. I think I've said this in a podcast before. I went to stop and walk, and just as I was slowing down to stop and walk, somebody was walking past me like just a normal person, and he went, "What are you doing?" He literally said this to me. What are you doing? Go. And it just like sparked something in me, and I was like, real? "Fuck yeah!" Honestly, I promise you, I was literally just about to stop. I was like, "I can't do it."
Do you reckon they were like a running coach or something? Like, yo,
it was just
running it.
Obviously, everyone just watches and cheers people on, and he just saw me slowing down and stopping, and he's like, "What are you doing? Get going."
That's sick.
And that just like sparked something in me. I was like, "You're so right. Let's just get going."
Like, proper Mr. Motive.
So it's a proper mindset as well.
Yeah, no. So
and that's what would kill me with the marathon is the mental aspect of it. But
yeah.
I'm going to do it next year. I've already transferred my application to next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When?
Same time next year, but I'll probably... I'm going to try and do... Not to bore everybody, but I'm going to try to do 2 half marathons before that as well.
Yeah, that's good prep. It's good prep.
Anyway,
on
to your story.
I'm going to jump on the treadmill.
Yeah, good.
Do a bit of running. So my story this week, coffee lovers rejoice. This week's good news comes with a side of your favourite brew.
I've ever told you that I've started.
You have.
Have I mentioned it on the podcast?
Hold on. Sorry. So, new research from Endocrine Society suggests that drinking regular coffee or consuming caffeine could protect against some of the most common and dangerous diseases we face today, including coronary heart disease and having a stroke, which are leading causes of death worldwide. Obviously, we're not starting on the bright note, but I've got to start somewhere, haven't I? But it turns out that a daily dose of caffeine might help keep them at bay. The study, conducted by researchers from China and Sweden, found that consuming around 3 cups of coffee per day or 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine was linked to a lower risk of developing something called new onset cardiometabolic multi-morbidity. Oh man, I was so close. Close to crashing that.
You did better than what I would have done.
Which is when a person has at least 2 cardiometabolic diseases like heart disease, stroke or diabetes. Here is the impressive part. So compared to people who drank less than 100 milligrams of coffee per day, those who drank a moderate amount of coffee had up to 48.1% lower risk of developing these conditions.
Wow.
That's nuts.
Caffeine is a funny one, isn't it? Because you need to find a balance with caffeine. Because you've got people who go over the top.
Mate.
And you've got people that don't drink it and they survive fine.
Yeah.
Like a gentleman at work, it's funny, we literally went to watch football on Tuesday and he said about that he's going to get home and have a cup of tea. And I was like, it's 10 o'clock at night. You're not going to... There's a caffeine not going to get to you. And he's like, no, it's not too bad. My wife, who's not drank caffeine in 20 years, she'd be bounced off the walls. And I was like, okay.
Some people just have that energy.
Some people have that in them. And I was also talking to a friend of mine, Scotty, and he's on like a bit of a health kick thing. Okay. He's the one who got me into the cold plunge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he said that he's recently given up caffeine as well.
I miss it so much. The cold plunge.
Oh, the cold.
I miss it because I'm not doing it at the moment. But yeah,
I had a few weeks off as well. I need to get back into that routine as well. It's getting cold now as well, which is not.
I mean, it's going to stay cold. Is it good?
Yeah, it's true.
It's a good thing.
But he said to me that he's given up caffeine over the past few weeks. And he said it was the hardest thing he's ever done.
Oh, well,
harder than smoking.
Unfortunately, he's probably going to get back into caffeine after he listens to this podcast.
If he listens.
If he listens to this podcast. But yeah, so anyway, for caffeine intake in general, the reduced risk was about 40.7%, which is a huge impact from something as simple as enjoying your morning coffee. The findings were based on a data taken from 500,000 participants aged 37 to 73 in the UK Biobank, which is something I never knew what existed.
Hang on a second.
What, the UK Biobank?
UK Biobank. That was where some of my information came in my story just a minute ago.
Has it really? I think it's literally just a database of like
90 people enrolled in the UK Biobank.
Yeah, that's nuts. Which is a long-term dietary study. So yeah, that's where I didn't realise that existed. I thought it's such a cool thing to have, like just on tap data from like loads of people. But back to this. After excluding participants with unclear caffeine intake, so people like me who have way too much coffee, way more than 200 to 300 milligrams a day. The analysis focused on 172,315 people who had no cardiometabolic diseases at the beginning of the study, and another 188,000 participants who included were for coffee and tea consumption analysis. I don't know. I read that's so weird.
How do you get your caffeine? Is it just through coffee?
Mostly coffee. Yeah.
When do you have it? When do you have your first one?
In the morning.
First thing in the morning?
Not first thing in the morning. I'll go to the gym.
Okay, so you leave it at least 90 minutes.
Oh, yeah, way more than 90 minutes.
Good.
Yeah, mine's like 2, maybe 3 hours before I have coffee.
Minutes,
yeah, that's the adrenaline.
You said about that the other day.
Yeah, we were talking about it. I mean, there has been some mornings where I get a proper early one in, but again, to me, it doesn't really make much effect. Participants' health outcomes were tracked through self-reports, hospital records, and even death registry data. But with that data, it makes these results highly reliable, which they found. What they found was that coffee and caffeine intake at moderate levels had protective effects at almost every stage of the cardiometabolic disease development. In short, the research suggested that moderate coffee and caffeine intake could be a simple but effective way to lower your risk of developing multiple serious health conditions as you age. So, if you're a coffee drinker, this is one more reason to savour that cup. It's not just fueling you for the day, but it could be protecting you from the health. Could be protecting your health in the long run. So
you and Becca are them coffee snobs as well, aren't you?
We are proper coffee snobs. Yes.
I bet you've got a fancy coffee machine.
We do have a fancy coffee machine, but I will say we got it for free.
I bet you go to like Costa and go, yeah, can I get that? No. With oatmeal, a little bit side, a little bit whirly, tilted to the left.
Nope, I'm not that much of a coffee snob. Funnily enough, the coffee I have is mostly black coffee.
Okay.
So if we were to go out and we would go to a cafe, it'll be either flat white.
Can you tell the difference, like levels? Is there levels for coffee for you guys? So if you go to a cafe, it'll be like,
I think
this coffee's a bit dead.
I mean, most of the time when you go to like a little cafe or a coffee shop somewhere, it's probably weaker than what it is if I was going to make it myself.
Okay.
Because I'm a proper psychopath when it comes to making a coffee in the office.
I can definitely understand that.
2.5 scoops. 2.5 scoops of coffee.
Damn.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm probably...
That's a lot of coffee.
Yeah, I know.
Mate, I get absolutely buzzed. I've got a little pod machine.
Yeah,
I just do the occasional cappuccino and I'm like bouncing off the walls.
Again, I'm currently sat here with a Monster on the desk. So
at 8 o'clock at night.
At 8 o'clock at night. So caffeine isn't really something that is...
Doesn't impact you.
It doesn't have that energy benefit to me. So I'm now drinking it purely for the health benefits at this point, which is a good thing considering I'm now talking about it. So if you... And I've read that bit. This came from JCEM, which is the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism. Oh my God, I almost read that wrong. For those naysayers who might think that this is just some babble from the internet, because I kind of wanted to make it sound, well, I mean, I wanted it to be legit, basically, because a lot of times when you hear information on the internet or a podcast, you sort of, I mean, Huck Tour Girl has now got her own podcast called Talk to Her.
She's a millionaire.
Well, she is a millionaire, but they just took absolute utter garbage on there. So I want to make people think that podcasts aren't just crap.
We're 23 episodes in, and all of our episodes have been factually correct, I'd like to think.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so, considering...
We do research.
We do quite a bit of research for our podcast. So, but yeah, so back to the benefits.
Oh, should we tell the people that we're potentially getting a new addition to the podcast? Did you read this chat?
Yeah. What? Beans?
No.
I'm joking. Yeah, no. I did read the chat. Is he definitely
He wants to.
He definitely wants to. The only thing is, though, he's going to be sort of in the corner.
That's the whole point of it.
It's going to be so weird.
And when we need to a little bit more
fact checks,
he'll be like, da-da-da. Hey, people have these things. People have these in all sorts of podcasts.
I mean, I know. I listen to Shits and Gigs quite a few times, and they've got a guy that does a bit of research in the corner. But at the same time, you not reckon he's just going to be whipping through TikTok and accidentally like have some random noises in the background?
We'll have to lay some ground rules. He's probably listening. Jack, ground rules.
Ground rules, mate. All right, okay, cool. I did also look into other benefits that caffeine can have on the body. As you know, I basically run on the stuff. That is what has been fueling me through, I'm going to say, a good... I want to say 18 years of my life, maybe, give or take. I reckon. Oh wait, no, maybe not from the age of 10. maybe not age 11.
14.
I don't know.
14, 15.
I can't remember when I first started having caffeine.
Well, when you had fizzy pop.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. No, I'm thinking like
coffee, teas.
Caffeinated, yeah, like heavily caffeinated things like Red Bull and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, you were definitely a 14.
I was defo.
100%.
One of those little gremlins at school. Yeah, so I did also look into the benefits, like I said, because I wanted to find out additional benefits of caffeine other than just keeping you awake and what we were just talking about. So I would look, these are in the statistics that I'm reading, or the information I'm reading, comes from Johns Hopkins Medicine, and it does. The first one is coffee could potentially make you live longer, which is pretty cool. But I think that is based more on the previous stuff that I was talking about, as the stats were based on how you're less likely to die from a disease. Okay. So we'll leave that one as it is. The second is your body may process glucose better, which now I'm thinking about it is the reason as to why I think I can eat so much sugar and still stay relatively thin.
Got a load of caffeine in you.
Yeah, I think it like helps me burn it off quicker. I mean, like we said before, I do go to the gym quite often, but at the same time, I do eat a lot of crap as well. Although I am trying to cut down. We're going
to Chinese tomorrow.
Oh, great.
Well, you can eat as well.
I bet 14 cups of coffee that day then. Great. Number 3 and 4 are you are less likely to develop heart disease and Parkinson's disease.
Oh, nice.
And all the other diseases that I spoke about before. According to Research Coffee...
Is that the name of the organisation?
Wait, no. No, I'm pretty sure I've got dyslexia because it was supposed to say, according to the research... Wait, no. What have I written here? According to this research on coffee, it can have a positive effect on your liver as well, even if it's decaffeinated, which is pretty cool. As it shows, the non-coffee drinkers are less likely to have a good range in their liver enzymes, so get sipping that jerk, baby. The last few benefits from coffee are it can make your DNA stronger, as it decreases the breakages within DNA strands, which naturally break down and lead to things like cancer. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you're so smart. Such a smarty pants.
Thanks.
That's right. The fact that you knew it, I was like, oh, as if. Which leads me to how it reduces your odds on getting colon cancer along the lines of 26%.
Well, cancer is formed by... Because obviously cells multiply, right? Mm-hmm. Alice will probably be listening like, you're so wrong. But because she understands it better than me. But it's like when they mutate, they just mutate incorrectly or whatever.
So that's how it
cancers,
generates and stuff.
So.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so
I don't know if that's 100% true. But
well, I mean, if
it's something along them lines.
Oh, this is where we get in like edging to that. This is a bullshit podcast.
It's something like that.
Just
Google it, Jack.
Just Google it, mate.
There you go.
Alzheimer's is reduced pretty heavily as well. Lastly, you are less likely to have a stroke, which I've already said about. That's about everything I found.
So basically, drink coffee. Have caffeine.
I know that's a lot to take in, but all you need to know is coffee is basically a super drink for your health, within moderation, obviously. So a couple of cups a day keeps nearly everything at bay.
Nice.
From what it sounds like. Although I have been trying to find good alternatives like LMNT. I think I told you about it. LMNT.
What's that?
It's like it's that stuff that I said. It basically works on your adrenaline system. It's like salt.
Oh, yeah, I do recall you telling me
electrolytes, that sort of stuff. But besides that, I'm still going to stick to coffee because caffeine, my guy.
We should make our own coffee. Know the good coffee.
Yo, that'd be so
sick
good.
Brand,
Start your morning with a good cup of Know the Good to Know coffee.
Yeah, boy.
And a podcast.
How do we go about that?
I don't know.
Do we have to fly to Colombia?
We'll find it. Yo, imagine. Go all the way to Colombia.
Get some beans.
Proper original Colombian coffee beans.
I wonder how you start a coffee company. Should we have a look?
I think you can start anything, to be truly honest with you. There's people out there that are selling like apple cider vinegar gummies and all this sort of crap. So it doesn't really matter. As I think when we get into it, mate, I'm gonna put in that idea in my idea book. That is 100% something.
Really good coffee, yeah, boy.
So sick. Imagine a little can or a recyclable bag.
It's got to be eco-friendly.
Yeah.
All eco-friendly, source and everything like that.
Down. But yeah, I'm so buzzed about that one. That's why, mate, I'm well excited. That's such a sick idea. What the hell? As if I've never thought about that. But yeah, question.
Go on.
Have you had a black coffee yet?
Once.
Like recently?
No. Well, I had a black coffee when we went away. Do you remember
away?
Where did we go?
Where did you go?
Wales.
Oh, okay.
No, Callum-Bleebendu.
Oh,
one of them. Callum-Bleebendu.
Wait, which was Wales? That's when we went to
Snowdon.
Cribgoch.
No, that wasn't Callum-Bleebendu.
Was it not?
That was Norfolk. We did Callum-Bleebendu.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. Oh yeah,
I had a black coffee there.
As if. Oh, okay. Yeah. When? Oh, was it Tom?
Tom made me
Tom
one.
made you a black coffee. Yeah. You need to have one now because your taste buds.
What are you on about? It's fucking 8 o'clock at night.
All right, no, not now. But
I honestly
morning.
find cappuccino strong enough.
Has a cappuccino got milk in it?
Yeah,
For a coffee snob, I don't know a lot about coffee.
Frothy milk.
Okay, yeah. You need to temper yourself into that black coffee
I'll get there.
area.
When I start my new job and going back into the office, I want to start drinking more coffee because I used to drink a lot of tea. But anyway,
trust me, coffee is the future.
And look out for Know the Good to Know coffee.
Yeah,
coming to a store near you.
Mate, I'm so honestly, that's made me so excited.
Right, let's get on to the heroes of the week.
I'm going to be drawing up like.
What?
I'm going to be drawing up
ideas, plans.
No,
packaging.
Yeah, I'm thinking of packaging.
No, that's fine. I know some good printing guys.
Oh, you do?
And I know some people that work for a packaging company. So,
mate, I'm going to be all.
We just need to source some beans.
I'm going to be all.
Get some good quality beans.
Canva tonight, making the outside of the packaging.
Right, let's get some beans first. I'm not going to put it in. Just buy it from the Tesco and just pour it into the container. Yeah. Right, let's get into it. Hero of the week. Right, hero of the week. I'm going to go. We're back onto a bit of environmental deforestation. Mm-hmm. We talked about this briefly way back when in some of the early episodes. We had a couple of scenarios of this. But this hero of the week is Luigi Cani, the man who fought deforestation. So he is a Brazilian stunt performer and cinematographer. Yeah. And he is well known. He is well known for as an athlete in parachuting. So he's done a load of dives.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
He is an incredible athlete, skydiver legend, has completed over 14,000 jumps and set 11 world records over his decade-long career.
Jeez.
That would impress on its own, right?
Yeah.
But his legacy has only grown stronger because he's performed a really cool stunt. It's so cool.
Okay.
Right. He performed one of the most nerve-wracking stunts to date, skydiving into a deforested part of the Amazon with a box containing 100 million seeds from 27 so native plants, right? So the goal was for him to open the box mid-air, release all the seeds, which would then obviously plant 100 million plants.
Yeah.
However, executing this vision took 5 years of intensive planning. Nothing was easy, from obtaining the proper permits from the Brazilian government to building a biodegradable seed box that would properly disperse the seeds.
That's pretty cool.
So 2 months were needed to cultivate the seeds from nearby rainforest, and the lead up to the big jump, things look a bit shaky. 3 test boxes failed just before the jump, leaving the team scrambling to find a solution. They said they stayed up all night to find a way to seal a leak in the box. But once it was fixed, they made sure he could get a good grip of the box and release all the seeds in the correct movement. And it wasn't easy. He said, I struggled to hold the box that nearly broke in my wrists and fingers. Jeez. I managed to stabilise myself about 6,000 feet, and then the seeds were released precisely where they wanted to be. But he said it was complete ecstasy.
Mate.
Luckily, it appears that his efforts were all worth it, with the germination rate at 95%.
Yeah, that's so good.
It means that the jump was a huge part of the deforested Amazon has now a chance to thrive again into mature trees that could reach up to 50 metres. His team are continuously monitoring the situation by satellite, and they reckon, well, they said late 2024, enough time has passed that they'll be able to fully assess the success of the mission.
Mate, what a champion.
How sick.
Absolute
honestly,
champion.
The picture, so I'll get to the end. I'll show you his Instagram with you. The picture is insane. Of him just flying in the air with this huge box with all the seeds just dispersed out in the air.
Mate, I can imagine it in my head.
But this just made me look a bit deeper into the whole Amazon rainforest itself and like, what's the stake? Why has he gone to these efforts to disperse these seeds to help with deforestation, right?
Yeah, I like it.
And the numbers are devastating, honestly.
Oh yeah, I know. I've done a bit of research myself.
This is actually from late 2022.
Yeah,
it's only got worse.
Yeah.
17% of Amazon forest has been lost, right? And an additional 17% degraded. So that's what, 34%.
Yeah, we're getting close to half.
As the world's largest tropical rainforest and river system, the Amazon is, it's complex, and there's so much going on with it. So I've got a few breakdowns here. So 47 million people live in the Amazon region and are dependent on it for their livelihoods, which includes 2.2 million indigenous people across 300 different groups.
That is way more than I thought it was. I thought it was way less than that. Jeez.
Biodiversity and wildlife. So the Amazon is home to a stunning array of species. 9% mammals, 14% of all birds, 8% of all amphibians, 13% of all freshwater species, 22% of vascular plant species. Many of these species not found anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. I mean, if you've watched any David Attenborough documentary on it ever, you're going to know it's probably the most biodiverse place in the world.
Yep.
And we're slowly just ripping it apart.
So forest itself, so without forest, like the Amazon region, you'd lose huge biodiversity, release massive amounts of carbon, suffer huge soil erosion, just massive effect, right? The climate.
Yeah,
the Amazon is a major carbon sink and regulates, helps stabilise plants' climate. You lose any loss or degradation of these forests mean increased carbon emissions, which is obviously a hot topic at the moment.
Yeah.
Food, the Amazon's rivers transport moisture across the basin of the South continent, providing necessary conditions for agriculture in Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, and southern Brazil. Fresh water, the Amazon is the largest free-flowing river in the world, home to 20% of all fresh water discharged into the Earth's oceans. So the Amazon must stay free-flowing and healthy.
Do you know what we should... Oh, man.
What are you thinking now?
I'm thinking of like ways to get rich people into being interested in saving the environment.
How do we do something like this? How
we get a bunch of anacondas and start putting them in their homes.
Wow, okay.
Again, stupid question. Have you ever seen the movie Anaconda?
No.
I think it's based in the rainforest, and it's about giant snakes. So we just get...
They are hella scary, aren't they?
Crap ton of massive snakes and just start putting them in rich people's houses and be like, look, you ripping up the rainforest, they're coming for you. Yeah.
Just to sort of close it off, he will continue to use his daredevil nature for a greater purpose. In fact, he said that more environmental work is on the horizon and future jumps to deal with ocean plastic. So
what's he going to do, jump in?
I don't know, but I'll keep an eye on him, and if he comes up with a new thing, I'll let everybody know. But check out his Instagram. It's Luigi Cani, Luigi
we'll have to follow him.
Cani, where you can see the image of him mid-flight. It's insane.
You might have to read that again because I just did a little talk over. Sorry.
Luigicani.
Cool.
Follow him on Instagram.
We'll follow him.
Get that picture up.
If you follow us, you'll find him.
Use that picture on Instagram.
Yeah, I will do. I'll do a story about him. He sounds like such a legend. Mate, you've had, I think, 3... Hold on, let me just stop. I keep your table. I think I've done 3 posts about your heroes now because they've just been consistent week after week. They've been absolutely sick. This guy sounds like a nutcase. He sounds like such a legend.
So yeah,
what a cool way.
That's my hero of the week.
That's a cool way to start going. Look, come on, environment's a big thing.
Sort the shit out.
I'm jumping out of planes for this kind of stuff. That's cool. That's such a cool thing. Are you gonna show me a picture of him?
No, you're gonna do hero of the week.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll show you afterwards.
Okay. So, see, now I feel like I shouldn't read my hero of the week.
You make me feel like it's a lot.
No, that's so cool. It's like imagine if you got sponsored by Red Bull. Imagine if
how environmentally friendly are Red Bull?
Not particularly, because they have like stunt planes and stuff.
And they have like F1
and F1 cars. Races. Although I wonder
how they must have a segment. Because they're going to have to, right? It's such a big brand.
Yeah,
they're going to have to do sustainability.
They're going to have
you'd have thought they'd sponsor stuff like that.
Offshoot to counterbalance all the carbon and stuff that they create from the F1. Which, here we go. This is a sick start. Get a base jumper that sprouts seeds over the rainforest.
I'll do it.
That would be mint.
Red Bull sponsor me. I'll jump out of a plane and do it.
Yeah, I'd happily be like base jumping and doing all that stupid stuff.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Hell yeah. Save the environment and get sponsored by Red Bull. Red Bull.
Oh, Monster.
Win-win. Oh yeah, let's do.
Oh, Monster. If you're listening,
Monster could be the environmental
Let's kick Red Bull out of the plane.
Imagine.
Let's do Monster instead. Yeah, boys.
So good. So my hero of the week this week, we're shining the spotlight on a Minnesota police officer who went above and beyond his duty to lend a hand in a truly heartwarming way. So from your massive environmental save the rainforest to my tiny little save this old lady. Officer Matt Siltala of the Orono, not sure how you pronounce it, police department didn't just check on an elderly resident's well-being. He rolled up his sleeves and took care of some much-needed gardening. It all started with a routine wellness check where Officer Siltala and his colleague Jane McCoy visited the home of an elderly woman living alone. After finding she was okay, Siltala noticed her yard was a bit overgrown, or garden if you're from the UK, when she explained that she had no one to help her mow her lawn. Officer Siltala didn't hesitate. He fired up her lawnmower and cut the front yard himself. The article said it was a simple gesture, but mowing a lawn not as quick and simple as it might seem, because it takes quite a bit to mow a lawn, really, doesn't it?
If you're big gardens. I mean, my garden takes me an hour and a bit to do.
Yeah, your garden's pretty big. Yeah. You've got a lot of grass to mow, but even like just Going into a shed, getting the lawnmower out.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's a bit of a hassle. If you're a police officer, you'd be like, haven't got time to do this. But he did. It's also, well, this is what I put on here. It must have been a slow day in Canada, although it is Canada, so I can imagine there's not a great deal of crime going on.
No.
But McCoy captured the moment, and the Orono Police Department shared it on Facebook, where it quickly went viral. People from all over couldn't stop praising the act. One person wrote, "Thank you for your kindness, your service, and giving us all something great to hear about on the news. Minnesota." Nice indeed.
Nice.
Mate,
nice.
As if you read that exactly as I read it on my script. That's so weird. Even the police department joined in on the fun, joking that McCoy must have had a union issue keeping him from grabbing the strimmer out as well. Beyond the laughs, it's a moment that captures the spirit of community and compassion, proving once again that small acts of kindness can have a big impact. The story doesn't end there. After the post gained attention, others researched out to see how they could help this woman with her yard. The department said they're exploring options and will be reaching out to those who have showed interest. So
Nice.
It's not only did this one
Spreading the word.
Yeah, exactly. Not only did this one act of kindness help this lady out, but it's led her to have continuous help in the future. So, Officer Matt Sitala, we salute you.
Shout out.
You've reminded us how important it is to show care and compassion for others, no matter how it's done. And for that, you're one of our heroes of the week.
Yeah.
And you're beside one of a pretty sick dope hero of the week too. So you're just
this
as good.
shows no matter how big or small, we'll shout you out for being
Yeah, we say
a
every
good
time.
person.
It doesn't take a lot to be a good person, and people don't get credit for it. So that's why we're here.
Exactly.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
What? That's good to know.
Well, we switched it up.
Yeah. So, because I went to Iceland at the weekend, all my facts are quite Icelandic based.
Cool. If you follow us on Instagram, you'll see where you've had a little visit.
I did visit
One of the places that you visited. Yeah.
I visited many waterfalls.
Is there a lot?
Yeah. Well, we went to about 4. There's a lot more than that.
Damn.
Beautiful country. Recommend Iceland. 100%. Nice.
When I did a bit of research, that's where the land of fire and ice came from.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
It's such an amazing place. So, number 1, Iceland was the last place on Earth to be settled by humans.
Whoa.
Yeah, surprisingly, over 1,000 years ago, Vikings from Norway discovered Iceland by accident.
They're trying to get Greenland.
No, Alice did a good amount of research on this. I can't remember what she said. I can't remember what
I like
she said.
how you just dropped that in there. Can we just get Alice in real quick so
Well,
she
I
can
know
tell us?
they sailed round and caught it by accident. They landed at Reykjavik, which is the capital. And they didn't realise that because they landed in the winter and then they stuck around for a little bit and then didn't realise when the snow melted that it was actually greenery. So they could actually stay there.
Oh, so they just assumed it was like an ice cap sort of thing. That's pretty cool.
In fact, this is outside of my facts. Iceland was a huge player in the war. There's a lot of Americans there now, or visit there because they've got such an attachment to it, right? So, I think the UK first noticed that Iceland would be a really good point for the Germans to take because of its positioning, right?
Perfect place, yeah.
So we went and put some troops there.
Yeah.
And then the Americans thought, shit, they're right. That's a good place. So they shipped over a shitload of troops. And there was, in fact, more troops in Iceland than there were Icelandic people. And after the war, or during the war, what's the word I'm looking for? The economy was booming because
I bet
they're all spending their money.
Mate, I bet it was.
So it was like the only point in time where every Icelandic person had a job because there was so much economy because of all the soldiers that were there.
Cafes opening left, right, centre. Like,
and a lot of them stayed there. Americans settled there, they had an airbase there until 2020 something, and then they closed it, and then I think they're going to reopen it again. But yeah,
I bet there's mad amounts of bunkers there. Like, what is it, like World War II?
Yeah, I think it's like World War II. Yeah,
I bet there's so many bunkers in Iceland.
It's such a good position though, right? Because it's between the UK and America.
Oh yeah. It's
on the
bridge.
Atlantic.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect stopping station.
Oh no, I think that's a different one. There's a movie out there, but on a similar aspect. I don't know if it's Iceland or not. It's about a tiny little island in between America and I think it's either Australia.
Australia's not tiny.
No. But it's an island between America and Australia in terms of like transitioning.
Jack, Google it.
Military.
See, that's when we need him.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I'm down. Right, back to
Anyway,
back to facts.
Number 2, Humpback whales have the longest migration on the planet. Some populations of humpback whales travel as far as 8,000 kilometres worth of open ocean each year from breeding grounds into warm tropical oceans to productive feeding grounds in colder water.
They do be big whales.
I've seen them.
I know. I was going to say, do you want to tell the listeners how many whales you saw?
We saw 5.
That's so sick. Becca was very jealous.
Yes, that was the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life.
I was very jealous as well.
I swam with dolphins in Egypt, which was nice.
That's so sick. Now you said that.
Like wild dolphins. But
hold on. That is partly my hero of the week.
What's that?
Dolphins.
Why?
I don't know, but it's weirdly that you've said about that because it's connected to my hero of the week.
I thought you were doing your odd story.
No, my odd side story. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. But the whale thing was unbelievable.
Yeah.
We were fairly close, to be fair. But the first one we saw was a mum and a baby, and the geezer said that's so rare.
Really?
You don't really see it at the moment.
Yeah, that's so sick.
But yeah, and then they just. It's a shame they didn't breach, but.
You saw. I saw either your. Oh no, it's Alice's video on
the
Instagram.
tail
came up.
Yeah, but
humpbacks
are known. Humpbacks are acrobatic. They've got the largest fins, even larger than the blue whale.
Oh, really?
Because they're known for. Oh, that's Alexa. They're known for their
the breaching thing.
Acrobatics, yeah.
Like diving out of the water. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
One day we'll see that. But anyway, they also, so when they do travel, they go down to, I think they go down to, from Iceland all the way down to like Gran Canaria region.
Oh wow,
yeah, for the warm.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. So this is the weird thing because when we went to Madeira, a weird thing that we got told about whales was they like cold water more than they like warm water. So I'm guessing it's more of a breeding situation.
They breed in the warmer waters. They eat a lot more in the colder waters.
Ah, okay, yeah, that'll be what it is. Because when we went whale watching, or tried to go whale watching, but we only saw dolphins. Yeah. And they said, I said that weird, like Benedict Cumberbatch, dolphins. I added a G in there for no reason. Dolphins. They said that whales only like cold water, or you'll only really see whales specifically in cold water because when it's warmer, they usually go down deep.
It's quite Iceland waters were quite shallow as well, 35 meters, I think it was.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Which for a whale is not that.
Yeah.
That's why when it went down, because it'd bob on the top for a little bit and then it'd take a deep dive, but it wasn't down for that long because it's not actually that deep.
Yeah, so just might as well come up.
And another interesting fact, which is even more facts, is
bonus fact
is the mother whale only eats eating ground, and when she goes down to the warmer waters for 8 months or so, she doesn't eat at all.
Really?
But she's still feeding her calf whole time.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Go on, mums.
Shout out to the Iceland mums. So, Iceland is home to 1/3 of the lava that ever flowed on Earth. That's kind of cool, isn't it?
That's mad, considering how.
I mean, pretty much Iceland is all fucking volcanoes, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
One of them was actually active when we were there.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like erupting active. It was like, and apparently, if you flew over a certain point at night, you'd be able to see it, but we didn't see it. Almost all of Iceland's electricity and heating comes from hydroelectric power and geothermal water reserves. It's basically 100% renewable energy. The island.
Well, it's possible,
and that's why every single car in Iceland is a fucking Tesla.
Is it really? I bet it was.
Every other car
you said in the
Tesla,
chat. Yeah, you said people would love it.
There was so many Teslas.
I bet it is. They all know.
Icelandic people were just really nice. They were just nice.
Again, it's a weird concept, but I think it's cold. Cold things,
maybe,
or cold areas seem to make people way nicer.
What I said, this is the weird thing
like
as well.
Canada.
I said to Alice, Iceland is probably the best place I've ever been to.
Oh, really?
Because 1, it was very clean.
Yeah.
2, it was beautiful. Yeah. Everywhere you looked was just beautiful.
I bet it was.
The people were amazing, and not only that, the tourists were decent.
Oh, really?
So it was mainly Americans and like Chinese.
Yeah.
Which both can be obviously a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But we'd go to like the waterfalls and some of the major touristy areas, but people were just good.
Oh, really?
They'd move out the way. People were just like taking turns with photos. There wasn't no rubbish on the floor. It was just like well respected.
Yeah, maybe going there sort of rubbed off on them a little bit in terms of honestly, being better people.
We want to go back because we only visited like the south of Iceland, whereas the north is like where the glaciers and that are.
Oh, really?
We went the wrong time of year to look at the glaciers because it's all sort of
melting away, sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's dangerous to go up there. I was speaking to some British geezer in a shop, in a pizza shop, and he ran a tour events. He'd been there for 20 years, and he was telling us about it. Anyway, last fact: the only mammal native to Iceland is the Arctic fox.
Oh, wow.
Settlers brought over everything else, including sheep, cattle, goats, chickens, horses. Loads of horses.
Oh, really? Like wild horses?
No, all ranches.
Oh, wow.
In fact, have you ever seen Yellowstone?
Ranches?
Yeah.
No, you keep telling me to watch it.
There's a massive truck in Yellowstone, and somebody had imitated that. It's exactly the same. It's so cool.
Okay.
But yeah, it's all like ranches with horses.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna, okay. In my head, I'm just assuming it's like snow everywhere.
Because of this, I haven't mentioned this to you guys. You might not be available to go, but for my stag do, I changed my mind.
Yeah, you want to go Iceland.
I don't think I want to go golfing anymore. I think I want to do I was looking at Slovenia.
Okay.
Because they've got some amazing like mountain ranges and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Get a camper van for a long weekend and just go around Slovenia.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm down. I'm game, mate.
I was looking at Norway.
Sick.
I was looking at Norway, but Alice was like, no, because I want to go to Norway, but she's not bothered about Slovenia because there's some amazing places.
Do you know what's really funny? For a second, I got really excited. I thought you were going to say, for my stag do, I want to go on a ranch and I want to do like horse riding. I was like, yo, all right, I'm down to be a cowboy.
But I'd rather just get like a camper van and just like drive around for a long weekend and just stop at all the nice spots.
Change up what stag do's are. Change up what stag do's are.
I don't bother about the drinking thing.
No. Yeah, they don't need to be that whole crazy go out get drunk stuff.
No, not bad.
Rent a camper van. Go explore the world a bit. Do some.
So much more
memorable. You can make it laddie and more fun.
We can have a couple of
titties. Yeah, we have some bevies.
But it would just be more like camping and then seeing and walking up the amazing.
I mean, after the crib gock business, I think
we're experienced.
I was gonna say we're set to go, mate. Hands down. Yeah, that'd be so sick.
Yeah, that's my Icelandic facts.
That's for you. I love it.
You're itching your head.
I got itch your head. I was gonna say, do you know anything in Icelandic now? No. Because usually when I come back from a country, I end up...
I only look at hello and goodbye. Hello and thank you.
What is hello and thank you?
Hola.
Hola.
Well, like hello is like holla.
Hola.
And then the other one I can't remember. But everyone speaks so well spoken in English.
Oh, really?
People, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You go into a shop and you wouldn't even know they're Icelandic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that why you liked it so much? There wasn't the awkwardness of you trying to order something in a different language.
No, even the tour guy for the whale, he just spoke amazing
Fair
English.
Enough. That's pretty cool. So, on to the odd side. I found something pretty cool for my odd side story, which is also relatively positive as well. And it's weird that we were talking about dolphins. We've both said something about dolphins now, and it leads me on to my odd side story. Pretty fucking good. Have you ever dreamt of swimming with dolphins? Stupid question to ask you now, considering you've said you've done it.
That's a touchy subject for Alice, though.
Oh, really?
Because we were in Egypt and she get beat up.
Yeah, dolphins are renowned for beating people up, aren't they?
Nah, 2 days before we went on the excursion, the lights went out in the complex, and we were walking and she kicked a step, and a toenail came off. Ooh. She had to get an injection underneath it to pull it off, so she wasn't allowed to go in the sea.
Oh my God, that's so grim. Oh, is you swimming with dolphins in the sea?
Yeah, wild.
Oh, okay, so okay, that's a good thing. But this is...
Oh, I wasn't going to SeaWorld.
No, I was going to say,
never endorse that. No way.
Good. But have you ever dreamt about dolphins, swimming with dolphins without the cold shoulder when they swim away? Not you personally, listeners. Obviously, you've already done it. Well, thanks to Roger Holtzberg and his team at Edge Innovations, the dream is now a reality, but with a robotic twist.
Okay. You're going to be inside a robotic dolphin?
Not inside of it. They've created a hyper-realistic animatronic dolphin that not only looks like the real thing, but actually behaves like it too, giving people a new way to experience dolphins in aquariums and theme parks.
Nice.
So, by God, see you later, all those terrible SeaWorlds and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, they should burn it down. Someone just go there and burn it down.
They're so bad. But yeah, so thanks to Holtzberg, who was once a creative director at Disney, says swimming with a robo-dolphin is a blast. You can actually tell it what to do, and it responds to you. Unlike real dolphins, they tend to swim off when you get too close.
I could see a film coming.
Oh, robo-dolphins.
Or a documentary about the disaster of the robo-dolphins.
Oh, what, the uprising of the robo-dolphin. He said in an interview, the team at Edge Innovations, working with special effects artists Walt Conti, who worked on the classic Free Willy and Flipper, which is very fitting, they designed this robotic dolphin to be so lifelike that kids who... Oh, crikey.
Oh, my God. People heard that. That was Pancake.
They definitely heard it. Pancakes. It looked like he's about to poo on the tub. Yeah, Pancakes.
Oh, idiot.
He's terrified. He nearly kicked all the boxes over. Well done, Pancakes. You ruined the story, mate. So back to what I was talking about. So they've designed this robotic dolphin that feels so lifelike that kids who swim with it actually believe it's a real dolphin. or they don't believe it's a machine. It's pretty cool. Now, here's where it gets cool. This robot dolphin weighs over 270 kilograms, just like a real adolescent bottlenose dolphin, and it's designed to mimic everything about a dolphin's movement, from diving to the surface for air. It says inside. Oh no, yeah, okay. Inside, it even has a skeleton and fat bladders to make sure that it feels like a real thing as well when you swim with alongside it. It can be puppeteered to respond to interactions, like when a child says, "Hi, can I share a dream with you?" Wait, what?
We're laughing at.
I love the fact that you just headbutted your mic. But secondly,
I thought I got away with it.
The thing that I just read, which is, "Hi, can I share a dream with you?" You're going to speak to these dolphins. It's going to have kids really confused.
This is why it's the old story, right?
This is why it's the old story. These kids are going to speak to this dolphin, and it's going to go, "Yeah, sure. Tell me all about it." It's like, whoa. When did they start talking? But this robotic dolphin is more than just fun. It's part of a growing movement to reduce the use of live animals in captivity, as public opinions shift about keeping marine life in tanks. This robo-dolphin offers a humane, innovative solution to let people still connect with these amazing creatures without any harm to real dolphins. Holtzberg believes that it could reimagine how we engage with marine life and educate future generations, all while preserving the magic of these encounters. This is pretty cool, but at the same time, it does make me... All the people back in, I don't know, when swimming with dolphins wasn't as frowned upon, I'd be like, "Yeah, no, I swam with a real one." Be like, "Yeah, so did I." But nah, mate, that was a robot, you idiot. It's gonna...
Imagine just not knowing.
That's what I mean. It's going to mess with people's perspective on the world. It's going to really start confusing people. But Edge Innovations is already partnering with a company in China that plans to use these robotic dolphins in aquariums and shopping malls. Imagine robo-dolphin
strapping bazookas on a boat,
literally
taking down submarines and stuff.
That's when we get the dolphin uprising, when they've got weapons attached to them. No, so while the price tag of a set robo-dolphin can reach up to £35 million.
Oh my! It's cheaper to go and swim with them in the wild.
Sorry. Yeah, it definitely is. But it's a long-term win. So no food, no vet bills, no perfectly calibrated water temperatures. You
can just keep it in your bath, I guess, can you?
I mean, you could do if you wanted to. It's a robot. It makes a difference. So Holtzberg's dreams is that kids who meet this robotic dolphin will fall in love with the ocean and its creatures, and who knows, the next generation of ocean lovers might just be inspired by these little friendly robots. Protect the real ones.
I've come up with a major invention in my head as well about talking about oceans.
Okay, yeah.
Because of my whole whale thing, and I've learned a few facts about whales.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, one of the major aspects of whales is their hearing.
Yeah.
So obviously, with everything going on with the seas, like boats and stuff like that, we're making it very difficult for them, making it quite confusing, right?
Oh, what they're long traversal, like.
But yeah. I've thought of a way. Maybe we could save lives with using sound. So there was a test where they dropped a sound thing in the middle of like the Atlantic, and it was heard as far as like Australia.
What, like a... Oh, okay, yeah.
Like a sound. And,
yeah.
Because sound travels through water.
Yeah.
Crazy far,
yeah.
Right? So sound not so good through air.
Yep.
Light is good through air. Light not so good in water. Sound good in water.
Yeah.
Carries in water. So I was like, why don't we do like SOS stuff for sound? So if you're in a boat, right?
Yeah.
Your boat's going down.
Yeah.
There's a box, an SOS box, which when it sinks sends a signal.
Yeah.
And then coastlines with coast guards and stuff have a receiver, and they can pick up signals.
Have you researched about it
to
make sure that it's not a thing?
No, I haven't.
It might be a thing.
How sick does that sound? I mean... if there's a way to sort of narrow it down and pinpoint, so then if it goes down, it's more accurate to find it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
If you attach receivers to boats, but the only caveat is don't have it on all the time because you don't want to mess with the whales. But only in SOS situations when a boat goes down,
true. I suppose
turn it on.
Maybe why they don't do it, because I'm guessing they'll be like, I feel like I've got deja vu. Weirdly, I think we've talked about this before, but I'm assuming there's probably animal protection. But
if it's only used in a situation where
I know, but I think still in the SOS aspect, I think if your SOS signal ended up like completely putting off an entire pod of whales.
What if there's a pitch that whales can't hit? Right? I think the range of pitch
too sensitive, aren't they?
Maybe.
I think their sense of sound is way too
massive.
sensitive.
They basically see with their ears.
Yeah.
They say that the way to a whale's soul is through his ears.
That's really cute. Where did you hear that? That's really. Did you just make that up?
No. It's true.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, no, there probably is.
But
no, it's a cool idea.
So we're getting coffee and SOS signals. We're on a roll.
I mean, I don't think we'll be producing SOS signals.
Okay.
No, the good.
Just the coffee. Just
no,
the coffee.
Yeah, we'll stick to coffee. That's a bit more manageable and a bit more easy to produce than a SOS signal. I'm not particularly great with building tech.
Imagine if like a random tech bod was listening to this, right?
Well, this is what I was about to say.
Like a year's time, like something comes out. So yeah, I randomly heard it on a podcast.
Yeah, we've because of this, we've called it the KTGGTK sonar system, and it's like, oh, okay, what? Why? Like, oh yeah, heard it on a podcast.
I need to patent it.
The Ryan Wilson, yeah, just so they know who you are. Yeah. Just in case they need to get in touch with you and tell you, yeah, we made it. We named it after you. And you're really happy.
I just thought that was a good idea.
I mean, it does sound like a good idea.
The concept's a good idea, surely.
You need to Google it. It might. Jack
Google it.
See, that's gonna get so old so fast.
There we go. Anyway, are we done?
That is us. I think we're done.
Yeah, just over an hour as well.
That's pretty. Oh, really?
Yeah,
man, that's longer than I thought it was.
Longer than I thought. That's us for another week. Thank you for listening. If you found us enjoyable, share it with your friends. We now got Facebook as well.
We do.
We managed. So we tried to set up Facebook. It got blocked. We tried to set up Facebook. It got blocked. We finally got Facebook.
And it's stuck. So yeah, we've actually got one now.
I'm now uploading on that. I'm managing Facebook. Beeves doing the other stuff.
Instagram, TikTok. Yeah. Okay, but yeah. So if you enjoy this podcast, if you're listening on Spotify, leave us a review because it does help us actually grow on Spotify.
We've got like 13 reviews.
Same thing with YouTube. If you find us on YouTube, leave us a review, leave us a like follow us, comment, subscribe, everything you can possibly think of when it comes to social media. Do it because it helps us out.
We're nearly going to hit 100 views on our YouTube. YouTube. We're on 98.
8 now. It was 97 last week. It's such a small growth, but it's so fun to hear.
I like it. It's like new people, milestones.
Yeah, I know. New people are listening to us. But yeah, so everything you do helps us grow. And I mean, why wouldn't you want a good news podcast to grow? Because tell your friends. And if they need a little pick me up, or if they just want to listen to good news, this is what the lady at the gym was saying about. She goes, I don't listen to news normally. I was like,
everybody says that.
I made a good, because it's so downbeating and doom and gloom and stuff. I was like, we made a good news podcast. And I'm like, great, cool, made my day better. I was like, yeah, that's what it's for. So if you want to find some good news posts for those eyes rather than those ears, you can find us on Instagram at KTGGTKpod or on TikTok with Know the Good, Good to Know podcast, or now on Facebook with Know the Good, Good to Know podcast.
Yep, exactly that.
There you go. If you want to send us an email, not that, we've been...
Did you check the email?
Yeah, I did. I don't know if you've looked at it, but
I never check it.
Got in contact with the guy at MacPass. But
the MacPass thing.
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about it later. But
KTGGTKpod at outlook.com.
Yep.
Share your stories. Share anything. Just email us to say, we listened, we loved it.
Well, that would be...
And we want Jack.
We want another guy on there. You guys just aren't enough. We need 3 people to tell us good news. No, this is what I was thinking about on my way over here, which was you don't even have to share a personal good story. If you find something that you think is positive and interesting, well, I suppose...
To be fair, my sister does this all the time.
Yeah.
I just never use it.
Oh, really? You're such a terrible person.
So is my niece, actually, though.
Oh, really?
Never use it.
Well, send them over and I'll do a bit of research and we'll have a look. But yeah, so if you find something that you feel that the world needs to hear, I say the world, we are very ambitious with the world here.
One day.
But... some people need to hear, just let us know and we'll say it on the podcast.
Yeah. So thanks for listening. Every Monday we release an episode. We're now at 23, so we've got a back catalogue at least if you want to listen to it. If you just found us now, go back to number 1, start again. See how bad or good we've got.
How awkward we were at the start and how progressively better we've got.
But the most, how we always end the show is stay positive.
Stay positive.